Ladies and gentlemen, friends, colleagues, esteemed guests, welcome, welcome, welcome to this opening of the 5th World Conference on Research Integrity. Welcome to Amsterdam and welcome to this conference. 2 years has passed since the last conference in Rio, and many interesting developments occurred in the field of research integrity since. And it's good, it's really good to meet again and to take stock of what happened in between. There they are. Also, on behalf of my two co-chairs, I wish you a really interesting and indeed stimulating conference. A conference with lots of attention and also many constructive discussions. And these constructive discussions, they started already today during the workshops. I've attended a few of them, only partly, of course, but the spirit was lively, and people were really enthusiastic with their discussions. And that's hopeful, because that's one of the only real reasons to meet in conferences like this. We can do everything on the internet, and we can do everything digitally, but meeting and having discussions is the purpose of these interests. And what we also did is, and you must have noticed that, is we arranged nice weather. We arranged nice weather, and that enables you, during the rest of the conference, to have your lunches, and please note, only the lunches on the campus square. And that should be wonderful. But please remember that this is Holland. This is Holland. And our summer is typically lasting only 2 days. And this is day 1 or 2. I'm not sure. So always take your umbrella. Your umbrella and a ventilator are in your conference bag. So we cater for all purposes, no problem. Personally, I strongly believe, although I must admit it's not that evidence-based, that umbrellas are really, really effective devices. They protect you against rain. When I have my umbrella with me, it never rains. But when I forget it, it starts raining. So these are really effective devices. You saw them before. Please have a look at the logos of our many, many sponsors. And we are really, really grateful for their generous support for this conference. And that enabled us, amongst many other things, to allow for 40 travel grants from people from less privileged countries who got an abstract accepted for this conference to attend the conference. And they are also especially grateful for these sponsors. There are some more sponsors there, of course. We were really impressed by the many sponsors that were there. And what you see here, it's the steering committee of the conference. The steering committee had a good meeting yesterday, and we discussed whether it is necessary to get a more formal legal structure, like a foundation. And we also discussed where the next conference should be. And that's the cliffhanger. During the conference dinner, Tony Mayer will tell a little bit more about it, about the formal structure and about the next conference. But there are many more people supporting us. This is the wonderful program committee that helped us preparing the conferences. This is the European Advisory Committee. That's also an interesting group of people that helped us enormously to gain momentum within Europe. Many people from Europe are attending there as well. And these are the colleagues from the European Advisory Committee I just mentioned. And we had a wonderful local organizing committee. So you must understand, my job was so easy. It was so easy. And especially because these two people, Irene and Patricia, without them there would have been no conference. Their experience, their dedication, their skills in getting everything together are impressive. They're wonderful. And please remember, everything that goes well over the next few days is due to their work, and all mistakes are mine. This slide is already old-fashioned. We thought about 10 days ago that we would have 730 participants. it's now over 800, and it's really impressive. People are coming from many, many different countries. The number of delegates per country, and you can find your own flag in the list, differs from 1 up to 100 plus. With the country hosting the conference, the Netherlands, of course, at the top of the list, but close to that, the USA, the UK, Scandinavia, Germany, and Canada. It is a real world conference in many ways, but when you look at a map, supposed to be a map there, yeah, when you look at a map, you see that we do not yet cover the whole world. When we want to be a real world conference, we need people from Africa, from the countries of the former Soviet Union, and from Central America as well. And we should be working on that probably. There are a few announcements I would like to make. You may have noticed that there is a Twitter account of the conference. Please look at it and make your own tweets using the hashtag WCRI2017. You may also have noticed that there is an experiment going on in the conference, and that is the Meet the Expert sessions. In the lunch breaks, we have small sessions where you can meet keynote speakers to really discuss with them. There are still a few places available. They're meant for PhD students and postdocs, but when you are slightly less junior, you can attend as well. And you can sign up at the conference desk where you also did your registration. So please come, it should be fun and it should be lively. And you may also have noticed that we have focus tracks, like there were in former conferences, but focus tracks in this conference is dedicated to what we call the Amsterdam Agenda. And the Amsterdam Agenda is about how should we measure, how should we assess whether what we are doing to improve research integrity is indeed working and making a difference. So making it more evidence-based, making the evidence available. And we really hope for many participants, and again, lively discussions there, because we will have 2 focus track sessions, and after that we will have a final session at the end of the conference, taking stock of all the remarks and the proposals that have been put forward, and try to have an Amsterdam agenda together, which alludes to what will be shown at the next World Conference in terms of results and measurements. We do have a photographer. I don't see him now. Oh, he's walking there, I think. He will make pictures during the conference. You will see them at the conference website if you like. And it will also be in the slides projected at the start of sessions. And if you want to order high-resolution specimens, that is a possibility, if you want it. What we want, and sharing a meeting, that's the only important thing, is timekeeping. Timekeeping is important, and maybe you should help us by turning up on time, and when you're speaking, not going over the allotted time slot and helping us to keep the rhythm of the conference and to enable people to change between sessions if they want to attend some sessions in one and some in another session. And then, of course, there will be changes in the program. There are some already. I'm not going to announce them now, but we will write them down on the blackboard next to the registration desk. And there will be also in the slide carousel showing at the start of sessions, so you can look it up and adapt your own program. So far the announcements. And now I would like to introduce the program of the opening sessions. We have 2 speakers and we have 3 players. Steph is standing there already for the players, but they will come last, so you have to wait for that. First, we will be welcomed by Vinod Subramaniam, the rector of this university, the Vrije Universiteit, the universiteit that is housing this conference generously. It's a big sponsor of it as well. He will welcome you on our campus, and he will also share his views on what universities should do to foster research integrity. And then the second speaker of this opening ceremony is José van Dijk. She is the president of the Royal Dutch Academy of Arts and Sciences, and she will argue that science needs to deserve the trust of society. And it needs to deserve the trust by being open and by being transparent. And then we move on to the play. 3 actors, they will play a short play on research integrity. The play was commissioned by the Young Academy. That's a group of high potentials in Dutch science. 3 years ago, they started thinking about research integrity, and they commissioned this play. It's funny, and it makes you think. I love it myself enormously, and I hope that you will like it as much as I do. I forgot a few slides. There it is, and the play is. Now, after the play, without any further announcement, we will move on to the reception. Reception is the part where you can socialize. There's the reception together. You're invited for our welcome reception. The theme will be Dutch. We are in Holland, that's clear, of course. There will be music, there will be cheese, and there will be herring. But I should warn you for 2 items. There will also be Genever, which is Dutch gin. That is really strong stuff, so be careful. But it goes wonderful with the herring, so give it a try. And now the real warning is about the bitterballen. You may have seen them before, it's untranslatable, but you will recognize them, but they can be really unpleasantly hot inside. Really unpleasantly, so be careful. Hot, not spicy-wise, but temperature-wise. What I always do is that I look at the neighbor, whether he is trying them already, and I advise you to do the same. That's really important, because it might protect you against burning of your mouth. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really glad that you all are here. I look forward to a wonderful conference. Please enjoy the program and our welcome reception and all the other things which are on the program. And I would now give the word and also the floor to Vinod Subramaniam to welcome you officially in this beautiful university. Thank you very much.